Hey guys, welcome back to Now Showing with John and sometimes Cam. Well, Cam all the time, but for right now, it's just John, and we're going to do another kind of focusing on my collection. This time we're going to focus on my Funko collection. I picked out a couple that I want to go over with you, some of my favorites, and I'm going to tell you why I love them and why I think you should have them in your collection. But before I do that, I just want to point out a couple that I didn't grab just because they are in the background and I didn't really want to mess around with ruining the background. And that's going to be my Supernatural Dean with Baby, one of my favorites. And then pretty much all the mystery minis when it comes to the Supernatural I think are great. And I do have Gym Teacher Dean back there behind me. I have basically Sam Dean Crowley, multiple versions. So I do love my Supernatural Funkos. I also have Sam with Baby. So, but you can see those behind me. If you want close-up pictures, just let me know. But to get into the ones that I picked for you, the first one is that I'm going to show you is a custom one that I got, and that is the Git Man from People Under the Stairs. If you've never seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's a very underrated Wes Craven film, and yeah, so I will put some close-ups of all these also because I do know it's probably a little hard to see, and there's a lot of detail. They did a really good job at these with this one. So up next, so I didn't just go with straight Funko Pops. I went with a little bit of collection of like different licensings under the Funko brand. So the next one is under the Pint Size Heroes, and that is going to be a little bit hard to see. So once again, I will do a close-up. This is the NES variant of the Jason Voorhees Pint Size Hero. I love any of the NES Jason Voorheeses. There's a bunch of other ones that I'd love to add to my collection. I just haven't got a chance to. But I just wanted to pull this one out because this is a really cool little, something kind of different. It's not super realistic, but it is a good looking pint-sized hero. So moving on. Now I have a lot of mystery minis, and I kind of just went with a couple of them. First off, I can't not mention one of my favorites, Leatherface, the bloody variant. I also have the regular variant. This is one of my favorites. But the other one that I picked under the mystery mini is the Invisible Man crystal clear one. Once again, might be a little hard to see. So I grabbed the actual colored variant of it just so you can kind of see a side by side. And once again, there will be close-ups of these. So don't worry, you'll be able to see a little bit better once I do that for you. So coming up next, I guess we'll actually go into actual Funko Pops. So I have a couple different ones. The majority of them are all horror related. So the first one that I'm going to grab is one of the more rare ones that I have, and that is the Mars Attacks Martian. This is just a really cool Funko. I love this one. I just love how they did the helmet. I also, actually just real quick, since I did pick this one, I should have grabbed this also. The other pint-sized hero that I love that I do have is the Mars Attacks. So you have the pint-sized hero Mars Attacks, and then you also have the Funko Pop. These are just amazing. I love how they did their helmets. Just look really cool. I highly recommend those. So coming up next, I love my Trick or Treat. So this is the original Trick or Treat Funko Pop. I did get the Spirit exclusive from this year. I have that behind me. I'll be honest, the Spirit exclusive, I was a little disappointed. It is really cool, but for them to call it a deluxe, it's kind of small. So that's really the only reason I was disappointed. It is really cool. It is a cool little like diorama style with him sitting on the pumpkin and everything. But just to kind of keep moving on, one of the best pop movies ones that I have, one of my favorites, is going to be the Jaws. And this is the Jaws eating Quint. Just a cool little like steal from a scene, kind of like a Pop Moments, but it's actually not under that branding. It is just Pop Movies. Um, so yeah, this is just a great one. I believe this should be in any collection. I do have some of the other ones, but yeah. So this one was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive, so you still can get it. Um, Actually, it was. I'm sorry. It was the summer convention, not the San Diego. My bad. Um, so, last but not least, I just had to because I just love this one. This is, yes, the 18-inch Batman. I love Batman. As you can see, I have a lot of horror stuff. I do have some of the some superhero stuff. Majority of it's Batman right now. My two favorites are Batman and Spider-Man. So whenever I saw that there was an 18-inch Batman, I just had to grab it, especially because I found it on sale. So I wasn't gonna pass it up. And yes, it is as big as it looks on here. So this is one that if you're either a Batman fan, a Funko fan, just a collector in general, this one needs to be in every collection. And then I will do one bonus one. Since I did do majority of horror movies, I did one superhero. The other thing that I do collect are some of the gaming Funkos. So what I have for you for those ones, my all-time favorite video game, Diablo, the entire series. So you have Diablo from Diablo 3 and Ontario. These ones, when I saw they had these, I had to get them because, like I said, there's no other game that has meant more to me, that I've put more time into. I think Diablo is by far the greatest game ever created. It has the most, well, I wouldn't say the most replay value because I do play a good bit of Call of Duty, all the Call of Duties, honestly. So it's really honestly a toss-up between Diablo and Call of Duty, but I mean, two different types of games. So Call of Duty, I like playing multiplayer, so there's that. This, I can just get lost for hours just playing by myself. And then a close third behind Call of Duty and Diablo is The Witcher. And if you're a fan of The Witcher, this is a really cool pop games that you can get. This is The Witcher fighting the Leshen, which was one of the coolest characters, which is also, as you can see right here, this isn't a Leshen, this is a Wendigo. If you would up closer, you can see this is based off Pet Cemetery, but it's also kind of influenced on some of the styles of the Leshen. So I kind of pulled from both for my interpretation of this Pet Cemetery sculpture that I made. But once again, highly recommend that. So those are really the main Funkos that I collect, primarily horror, and then with a little bit of superheroes and some video games. What kind of Funkos do you collect? Because I mean, there's literally every type of Funko you can imagine, from movies, TV, sports, celebrities, musicians, types of like jobs, you name it, there's probably a Funko of it. So I'd like to see some of your collections. If you have any questions on some of the ones that I have, like where I got them, how you can get them, feel free to leave that in the comments. And like I said, I love Funkos. There's going to be more. Anytime that we get a new one, maybe we'll do like a reveal for it to kind of keep you guys up to date. If you are interested, I have another video out that covers some of my other collectibles that I have. And then also make sure to check out some of our countdowns, our top 5s, top 10s, some of our trailer reactions, and we'll be getting more content out to you as soon as we can. Have a good one. Alright, so just real quick, I'm going to go through my Funko collection, some close-ups. Here is that custom People Under the Stairs Gimp Man, Daddy. And then right there you can see the close-up of the NES variant pint-sized hero Jason next to the regular one. And then kind of panning out, you can see the rest of my mystery mini collection. And then as we come over here,
we just have a whole bunch of Funko Pop horror. So starting at the bottom, you can see the 18-inch, not 18-inch, sorry, that's the Batman I showed you. The 10-inch Funkos, so Child's Play, It, and the Marvel Zombies thing. Lined up at the bottom, those are the 13 Spooky Days Advent Calendar ones. And then as we move up, some more Stephen King, The Killer Clowns. Here's that Mars Attacks. Like I said, just a really cool little Funko. I love how they did the helmet, so... And then continuing on, we have the Leatherface, Trick or Treat, Syringe Finger Freddy, Michael Myers, some other iconic horror. And then moving up, we have your Hellraiser, Child's Play, Annabelle, pretty much the Conjuring universe, The Exorcist. And then we have my Gremlins, and then we have some of the Ghostbusters one. And then kind of just moving along, I did show you that 18-inch Batman. Here he is. We have the Stay Puft Marshmallow and some other Funkos there. And then kind of moving along, here's some of the Supernatural Mystery Minis. There's Baby with Sam. And then we have the other Supernatural ones. Dean with First Blade. And then we have more Supernatural, and then there it is, my baby with Dean, and then close second, Gym Teacher Dean Mystery Mini. Some of the other mystery minis, unfortunately I did have the Sam bloody variant holding the gun, but he took a swan dive off that shelf and his head snapped, so eventually gonna have to replace him. So there you go, that's pretty much my Funko collection as it stands right now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some of the other Funkos up close, have any questions about them, feel free to leave it in the comments. And then, like I said, until next time, have a good one.